Hello, good morning everybody. Today's topic is popliteal fossa. So first introduction. What is the popliteal fossa? It is a diamond-shaped depression behind the knee joint. You see this one are the diamond-shaped impression behind the knee joint. First landmark for this popliteal fossa. Here there is a pulsation of popliteal artery. So boundary of this popliteal fossa. First supero-medially, supero-laterally, infero-medially and infero-laterally. You see this cross, this one are the popliteal fossa. Supero-medially there is a semitendinosus and semimembranosus muscles. Supero-laterally there is a bicep femoris muscles. Infero-medially there is a medial head of this gastrocnemius, and laterally, inferolaterally, there is a plantaris and lateral head of this gastrocnemius. The roof of this popliteal fossa. So opposite the oblique popliteal ligament, the floor is pierced by the medial geniculate vessels, medial genicular nerve, and genicular branch of this posterior division of the subturator nerve. The roof or the posterior wall, it is formed by the strong popliteal fascia, which establish a continuity between the fascia lata and fascia proris. The roof is pierced by the small saphenous vein. You see, this one are the small saphenous vein. Posterior femoral cutaneous nerve. Posterior femoral cutaneous nerve, and there is a sural communicating nerve. So fascia of the roof of the popliteal fossa. Here this one are the short saphenous one, sural communicating nerve. This one are the posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh and posterior division of this medial cutaneous nerve of this thigh. This one are the roof of this popliteal fossa. Roof, it is nothing but there is a posterior wall. It is formed by a strong popliteal fascia which establishes a continuity between the fascia lata and fascia proris. So popliteal fossa, fascia, small saphenous vein, posterior cutaneous nerve, medial cutaneous nerve, peroneal or the sural communicating nerve. These one are the roof of this popliteal fossa. Now floor. Floor, it is formed by this anterior wall. It is formed from above downward popliteal surface of this femur. This one are this femur. Here this one are the popliteal surface. This one popliteal surface of this femur. Second one capsule of this knee joint. Third one oblique popliteal ligament, and fourth one popliteal fascia covering the popliteus muscle. This one are the roof. Floor of this popliteal fossa. Floor में क्या क्या आता है? Structure from the floor. It is formed by this popliteal surface of femur, capsule of knee joint, oblique popliteal ligament, and popliteal fascia covering the popliteus muscles. This one forming the floor of this popliteus muscle. So opposite the oblique popliteal ligament, the floor is pierced by the medial genicular vessels, middle genicular nerve, and genicular branch of this posterior division of obturator nerve. So these are the drawing of this floor of this popliteal fascia. फ्लोर में क्या क्या आता है? Popliteal surface of femur, oblique popliteal ligament, posterior part of this upper end of tibia, fascia covering the popliteus muscles. This one forming the floor of this popliteal muscles. You see, these are the oblique popliteal ligament. This one are this extension of this, insertion of this semimembranosus muscles. Previous lecture you already seen. It's divided into by three insertion. First tendinous insertion, then second one there is a slip of the deep fascia of this leg, fascia covering the popliteus muscles, and oblique popliteal ligament. This one are the forming the floor of this popliteal fossa. Now content of this popliteal fossa. So content of this popliteal fossa, first there is a popliteal artery, popliteal vein, tibial nerve and its branches, common peroneal nerve and its branches. These two one are the terminal branch of this sciatic nerve. Posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh, the genicular branch of this obturator nerve and popliteal lymph node and the fat. These one are the content of this popliteal fossa. The content are exposed when the boundary of this fossa are separated, especially the two head of this histochemical. Now I will take the one by one content for the description of this principal content. So you see this diagram content of this popliteal fossa and its relation. Medially, this one are this tibial nerve. Laterally, there is a common parallel nerve. This one are the popliteal vein, upper half. Laterally, medially popliteal artery. In middle part, there is a anterior most superiorly tibial nerve. Deep there is a vein, popliteal vein. उसके deep में आएगा popliteal artery. In lower half of this popliteal fossa from lateral to medially or medial to laterally, first there is a tibial nerve, popliteal vein and popliteal artery. This one are the relation of this content of this popliteal fossa, artery, vein and nerve. Nerve mainly tibial nerve in relation with this popliteal artery and popliteal vein. So popliteal artery, it extends obliquely as a continuation of this femoral artery. What is popliteal artery? It is continuation of this femoral artery from the fifth osteoepineurotic opening of the adductor magnus to the lower border of this popliteus muscle, where it divides into anterior and posterior tibial artery. With the lower part of this popliteal fossa, it is divided into this anterior and posterior tibial artery. The arteries pass downward and laterally in close contact with this floor of this popliteal fossa. Second content are the popliteal vein. See this popliteal vein. Popliteal vein accompanies the artery but undergoes less oblique course, so that in the upper part vein lies posterolateral to the artery, then grows behind, superficial to the artery, and in the lower part runs medial to the artery. Third content are this tibial nerve. Also name is given the nerve to popliteus. Tibial nerve. So tibial nerve pass vertically from the upper to the lower angles of the popliteal fossa. During the course, the nerve grows behind the popliteal vessels in the middle of this fossa from lateral to medial side, so that the vein intervenes between the artery and nerve. So these are the relation of this nerve in relation of this popliteal artery and popliteal vein. The relation of this popliteal artery. So which are the structure are related? First, lip surface. Lip surface, here there is a popliteal surface of this femur, separate by layer of this plate, oblique popliteal ligament of knee joint, fascia covering the popliteus muscles, superficial surface meningeum, in proximal part overlaid by the semimembranosus, in distal part overlaid by the smooth head of this gastrocnemius and plantaris in middle. Flows from lateral to medial side where the popliteal vein and tibial nerve. Laterally, in proximal part bicep femoris, tibial nerve. Laterally, this one are the bicep femori, tibial nerve, popliteal vein and lateral femoral condyle. In distal part plantaris and lateral head of this gastrocnemius. Distal part में है plantaris muscles and lateral head of this gastrocnemius. Medially in proximal part semimembranosus and medial femoral condyle. In distal part popliteal vein and tibial nerve. Popliteal vein and tibial nerve. The medial head of this gastrocnemius. This one are the medial head of this gastrocnemius. Now branches of the popliteal artery. First there is a cutaneous branch. Major branches of this popliteal artery: cutaneous branch, muscular branch and articular branch or the genicular branch. So cutaneous branch pierces the roof of this fossa and supplies the skin of the back of this leg. It pierces the roof of this popliteal fossa and supplies the back of leg. Skin of the back of leg. One branch, sural branch, may accompany the small saphenous vein. Sural branch may accompany this one are the sural communicating nerve. Sural communicating nerve and sural branch of this popliteal artery is accompanied with this small saphenous vein. Yes. Muscular branch supply the adjacent muscles. Branch to the gastrocnemius begins at the single trunk which descend in the form of the Y and supply the both head of muscles. Third one, there is a articular branch. It supply the knee joint by the 5 genicular artery and form an anastomosis, genicular anastomosis around the knee. Superficial, medial and lateral genicular artery encircle the upper end of this femoral condyle. Inferior, medial and lateral genicular artery encircle the tibial condyle and middle genicular artery pierce the oblique popliteal ligament. So these one are the major description of this content of this popliteal fossa. You see this relation of this artery vein and nerve in upper half from medial to lateral artery, vein and nerve. This one are the artery, vein and nerve. In middle portion, from superficial to deep, superficial nerve, then vein, then artery. In lower half, from medial to lateral, first nerve, vein and artery. So this one are the relation of this major content of this popliteal fossa, tibial nerve, popliteal vein and popliteal artery in relation in upper portion, middle part and lower part. So in upper part medial to lateral artery, vein and nerve, middle part behind forward there is a nerve, vein and artery, lower part there is a medial to lateral nerve, vein and artery. So these one are the content of this popliteal fossa. Popliteal artery in detail is a continuation of this femoral artery. It terminates at the lower border of this popliteus by dividing into anterior and posterior tibial artery. So this one are the anterior terminal part and posterior tibial artery. This one are the popliteal artery. It come out from at the adductor hiatus continuation as a femoral artery. And terminal at the lower border of this popliteus muscle. This one are the popliteal muscles की lower border पे वो दो में divide होता है terminal artery. So first anteriorly it anterior tibial artery and posteriorly there is a posterior tibial artery. Now another branch of this popliteal artery, muscular branch, cutaneous branch and genicular branch. 5 in number, 2 superior and 2 inferior, 1 middle. You see this one are in diagram. This one are this popliteal artery. First superior muscular branch. Here there is a superior middle genicular artery, superior lateral genicular artery. This one are the medial genicular artery. This one are the lateral genicular artery. This one are the sural artery. Here there is a middle genicular artery, middle. Inferiorly there is an inferior lateral genicular artery, inferior medial genicular artery. This one are the cutaneous branch and this one are the two terminal branch, anterior and posterior tibial artery. So these one are the branches of popliteal artery. So branches of popliteal artery is importance to anastomosis at the genicular anastomosis at the surrounding the knee joint. So genicular anastomosis is important at this knee joint. Here there is a superior medial genicular artery arch upward and medially across the medial bed of this gastrocnemius lead to the tendon of this adductor magnus and anastomosis with the descending genicular branch of femoral artery and inferior medial genicular artery. Superior lateral genicular artery, this one are the superior medial genicular artery and a superior lateral genicular artery. It passes upward and laterally across the lateral head of this gastrocnemius. Cross the lateral supracondylar line beneath the tendon of this bicep femoris and anastomosis with the descending branch of this lateral circumflex femoral artery and inferior lateral genicular artery. These one are this lateral genicular artery. Both the superior genicular artery and descending genicular branch anastomos transverse across the lower head of this femur. Now inferior medial genicular artery, this one are the inferior medial genicular artery. Pass along the upper border of this popliteus and lead to the medial head of this gastrocnemius. It curves forward below the medial tibial condyle, deep to the tibial collateral ligament and anastomos with the superior medial genicular and saphenous branch of this descending genicular artery. Now inferior lateral genicular artery. Pass deep to the lateral of this gastrocnemius, across the tendon of this popliteus and turn forward along the lateral tibial condyle, above the head of fibula and under cover of fibular collateral ligament. It anastomosis with the superior lateral genicular artery, anterior and posterior tibial recurrent branch of this anterior tibial artery and circumflex tibial branch of this posterior tibial artery. Both inferior genicular artery anastomose with each other by transverse arch deep to the ligamentum patella. So both inferior genicular artery anastomose each other by the transverse arch deep to the ligamentum patella. The function of this genicular anastomosis during this extreme flexion of this knee joint, the popliteal artery undergoes tingling with eventual sluggish blood flow. To compensate for such narrowing, a copious blood flow is maintained by this collateral anastomosis around the knee joint. So these are the importance of this genicular anastomosis. ये हो गया फ्यूमरल आर्टरी, उसकी कंटिन्यूशन है पोप्लिटेल आर्टरी, उसकी दो ब्रांच है, मीडियली कौन सी आएगी सुपीरो मीडियल जेनिकुलर आर्टरी, लेटरली आएगी लेटरल सुपीरियर जेनिकुलर आर्टरी, एट द मिडल पोर्शन में आएगी मिडल जेनिकुलर आर्टरी, इंफीरियरली मिडल इंफीरियर जेनिकुलर आर्टरी, लेटरल इंफीरियर जेनिकुलर आर्टरी, one artery there is a anterior tibial artery and posterior tibial artery. These two are the terminal branch. Anterior tibial artery runs anterior half of this leg, posterior tibial artery runs posterior half of this leg. Here it divided into this one peroneal artery also, it supply this lateral compartment of this leg. Now deep relation of this artery, deep to this popliteal artery there is a popliteal pale of fat, popliteal lymph node and capsule of knee joint, popliteal fascia and popliteus muscles. So these structures are the deep to this popliteal artery. Already learned the genicular anastomosis around the knee joint. Also you can anastomosis around the knee joint during this. So which are the anastomosis occur along with this popliteal artery and branches of this another femoral artery. Here you can see this superior lateral genicular artery anastomosis with this medially descending branch of this lateral circumflex femoral artery. Superior and inferior genicular artery anastomosis with each other at the branches of the circumflex tubular branch of this posterior tibial artery. Superior medial genicular artery anastomosis with this descending genicular artery. It is branch of femoral artery and another branch saphenous artery. It anastomosis with this inferior medial genicular artery. So this one are the genicular anastomosis around the knee joint. Now tibial nerve. So tibial and common peroneal nerve in popliteal fossa. It is branch of this two terminal branch of this sciatic nerve. So origin and root value, terminal branch of sciatic nerve, tibial nerve L4, L5, S1, S2 and S3. In common peroneal nerve का root value है L4, L5, S1 and S2. Now course and relation. It is large terminal branch of the sciatic nerve and convey the first tibial nerve. Tibial nerve का course and relation. It is large terminal branch of the sciatic nerve and convey fiber from the ventral branch of this ventral rami of L4, L5, S1, S2 and S3 from the back of thigh. The tibial nerve was vertically downward along the middle line of the popliteal fossa. In the lower part of the fossa, it overlapped by the two head of this gastrocnemius and entered the popliteal rural region, accompanied by the posterior tibial vessels and under cover of this tendinous origin of the soleus muscles. In the popliteal fossa, the nerve lies lateral to the popliteal vessels in the upper part, close medially behind or superficial to the vessels at the knee, and in the lower part, it accompanies medial to the vessels in the middle of the fossa. The popliteal vein intervenes between the deeply placed artery and superficially placed nerve. So branches of this tibial nerve, these are the muscular branch, articular branch, and cutaneous and vascular branch. Muscular branch to the back of leg are the gastrocnemius, plantaris, soleus, and popliteus muscles. All muscle branch arise from the lateral side of this tibial nerve except the nerve to the medial head of this gastrocnemius, which arise from the medial side. Therefore, the lateral side of this nerve is danger and medial side fairly safe. Branches to the plantaris lateral head of this gastrocnemius and soleus pass downward and laterally, superficial to the plantaris and reach to the supply the respective muscles. Branches to the popliteus pass downward and laterally, crossing superficial to the popliteal vessels, deep to the plantaris tendon. Then it winds round the distal border of the popliteus to supply the muscles from the deep surface. Thereafter, the nerve to popliteus supply the superior tibiofibular joint. Provided wings of the tibialis posterior gives a descending branch to supply the introsus membrane. An inferior tibiofibular syndesmosis and furnish a medullary branch to the tibia for the nutrient foramen. Articular branch are three: superior and inferior medial genicular nerve, which accompany the corresponding vessels and supply the knee joint. The medial genicular nerve clears the oblique popliteal ligament and supplies the inferior of the knee joint. Cutaneous branch from the sural nerve, which pierces the deep fascia of the leg and joint with the sural communicating branch of this common peroneal nerve. The last one, there is a vascular branch. It conveys the post-ganglionic sympathetic fiber from T10 and L2 cord segment and supply the vasomotor fiber to the popliteal vessels. So these one are the branches of the tibial nerve. You see, these are the muscular branch of this tibial nerve. First, plantaris, lateral of this gastrocnemius. This one are the soleus muscle, popliteus muscles, and medial head of this gastrocnemius. These are the muscular branch. It pierces the peroneus longus and divides into the superficial and deep peroneal nerve. Now, this one are this common fibular nerve or this common peroneal nerve. Also name is given this peroneal nerve. So, common peroneal nerve or the fibular nerve, it pierces the peroneus longus. It pierces the lateral popliteus nerve. Also name is given this. It pierces the peroneus longus and divides into the superficial and deep peroneal nerve and branches in the fossa to cutaneous branch, peroneal communicating and lateral cutaneous nerve, three genicular branch. You see, first common peroneal nerve, Kapoor-Sen relation. It is small terminal branch of the sciatic nerve and conveys the fiber from the dorsal branch of the ventral rami of L4, L5, S1 and S2. The nerve appear in the fossa from the undercover of this long head of this bicep and slope downward and laterally along the medial margin of this bicep tendon. At the lateral angle of this popliteus fossa, it grows superficial to the plantaris, lateral head of this gastrocnemius and on reaching the back of the head of fibula. The nerve rests on the thin fleshy sheet of the soleus where it can be rolled against the wall. Finally, the nerve curves forward on the lateral side of this back of fibula, deep to the peroneus longus and divide into two terminal branch, deep and superficial peroneal nerve. So here it divides into this deep and superficial peroneal nerve. Branches, the common peroneal nerve in the popliteal fossa give of two sets of these branches, cutaneous and articular. Cutaneous branch are two, the sural communicating nerve and the lateral sural nerve. Lateral cutaneous branch of this calf. The sural communicating sural communicating nerves arise opposite the head of fibula and join with the sural nerve after the crossing the lateral head of this gastrocnemius. The lateral sural nerve break up into the branches after piercing the deep fascia and supply the skin of the upper part of this lateral side of this leg. Last one, there is a articular branch are three: superior and inferior lateral genicular nerve and recurrent genicular nerve. Superior and inferior lateral genicular nerve accompany the corresponding vessels and supply the knee joint. The recurrent genicular nerve arise from the bifurcation of this common peroneal nerve and pierce the tibialis anterior and supply the anterolateral part of this capsule of this knee joint and superior tibiofibular joint. Now applied anatomy of this tibial nerve and common peroneal nerve. So tibial nerve division of this in popliteal fossa is associated with this following associated with motor paralysis and sensory loss. If there is motor paralysis, gastrocnemius, soleus, popliteus, tibialis posterior, flexor digital longus and flexor levator longus, and all interesting muscles of the foot except extensor digitorum tibialis. The foot is dorsiflex at the ankle joint and is held in inversion due to the involvement of the intrinsic muscles of this foot. The individual cannot stand on toes. Sensory loss is noticeable on the entire sole of this foot and dorsal aspect of this terminal phalanges. This is associated with the development of these trophic ulcers. These one are the applied anatomy of this tibial nerve. At the common peroneal nerve, injury to the common peroneal nerve is most common because it may be involved by the fractures of this neck of fibula or by pressure of the plaster cast. When the nerve is completely soured, the following manifestations are observed. First, there is a motor paralysis, affect all muscles of this peroneus and extensor compartment of the leg, including this extensor digitum brevis. This result in foot drops. Because the ankle is fully plantar flex, the foot is held in inversion and adduction. Dorsiflexion of this middle and terminal phalanx of the lateral four toes are retained by the contraction of these introcell and lumbricus muscles. Sensory loss is observed on most of this portion of this foot and other surface of this lower third of this front of leg. This one are this applied anatomy of this common peroneal nerve. Now another content of this popliteal fossa are the posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh, genicular conjunctus obturator nerve, popliteal lymph node. So what is the popliteal lymph node? These are the usually 6 in number, immediately popliteal fed and are arranged in 3 groups. One is situated beneath the popliteal fissure at the junction of the small saphenous vein and popliteal vein. It drains the cutaneous lymphatic from the lateral margin of the foot, including the little toes, and from the adjacent side of this leg of leg. And lymphatics accompany the small saphenous vein. A few lymph nodes intervene between the knee joint and popliteal artery. They receive the lymphatic from the knee following the genicular vessels. The rest of these nodes are situated on the both sides of this popliteal vessel. They drain the lymphatic which accompany the anterior and posterior tibial vessels. Efferent from all the popliteal nodes, the efferent vessels accompany the femoral vessels and drain into deep inguinal node. This one are the major content of this popliteal fossa. Now applied anatomy. First clinical, there is an aneurysm, the thinning and dilatation of this popliteal artery, wall of this popliteal artery, and is given this aneurysm. Sometimes there is an abscess, pus or collection within this fascia. Blood pressure measuring in coarctation of this aorta, the popliteal pressure is lower than the brachial pressure. Sudden occlusion of this artery may cause gangrene up to the knee. It prevented by this collateral circulation through the profunda femoris artery. Operation in this area, a complication like the contracture, keloid, foot drops is due to this common peroneal. So now already you can learn the tibial nerve, paralysis, motor paralysis, all the muscle of the leg except the extensor digitum brevis. Patient cannot stand on the toe. Sensory loss is on entire sole of the foot and dorsal aspect of this terminal phalanx. Common peroneal nerve, if there is damage, the motor paralysis of the peroneal and extensor compartment of this leg lead to foot drop and sensory loss on the dorsum of this. You see this diagram, this one are this sole, there is a ulceration, this one are the foot drop, here there is a damage to common peroneal nerve. Now some short question you can write down and give its answer. Name the branches of popliteal artery. What is the relationship between the tibial nerve and popliteal vessel in fossa? What is the tennis leg? What is fibula? What is breaker cyst? What are the characteristic features of the hamstring muscles? And what is the oblique popliteal ligament? What do sacrotuberous ligament? So, when there is some short note asked in exam, first there is a popliteal fossa itself, popliteal artery, anastomosis around the knee joint, common peroneal nerve, effect of injury of common peroneal nerve and hamstring muscle. These are the short notes. Thank you.